Hey, what's going on out here?
I just changed out the alternator. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to change out an alternator today. Alright, so you'll need a 10mm, 13, and 15. You'll probably also need a flashlight because it's kind of dark. Gotta get in there, see what you're doing. Alright, so first, I take my 15mm right here, and I loosen this bolt. This one, right here. Right there. Make sure you loosen it almost all the way. Not all the way, but just barely. What that's gonna do is release the tension to drop the pulley on the belt. It's right here, if you can see my little finger wiggle. It's this little black wheel down there. Not this one, but the one right below it. So after you loosen this bolt right here, not all the way, but almost all the way, take your other 15mm right here, and there's another bolt. There's a bolt in the middle of the black pulley. It's right here. Right there. You're going to loosen that to release the tension on the belt. So after you loosen both of the bolts, your belt should be loose enough to pull off. Alright, so it helps if you move your battery. So grab your 13mm and go ahead and loosen everything up and just get it out of the way, make it easier on yourself. So after you remove the battery, you will have access to the top of the alternator, which is this part right here, and you'll have a 15mm bolt and nut, and you'll want to go ahead and loosen that and take it out. Right, so after you remove this part, you'll want to get under your Jeep and slip off the belt right here. And then once you do that, you'll want to loosen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts, 10mm. These two are actually 7, but the new one is going to be 10mm. So the nuts are going to be holding on wiring, and you'll just move those out of the way. Then you'll have one more bolt, and that one's a 15mm, and you'll want to go ahead and take that one off all the way as well. After you loosen the bolts, you'll shimmy it out in this position. If you try to send it up in another way, it's not going to fit, so this is the easiest way to do that. To get the new one in, you're basically going to do this last step in reverse. So you're going to put it up like this and then shimmy it to where it's facing this way in the Jeep. This is the front of the Jeep. Once it's back in its place, you're going to do both 15mm bottom and top. And then once those are nice and tight, you'll go ahead and do the wiring in all 5 10mm, and all 5 of them will be 10mm. These, not 7mm, 10. So then you're going to go ahead and loop your belt back onto your alternator. Alright, so you're going to tighten this one back up. It keeps your belt tight, so it's not flapping all over the place like a crazy bird. And then you're going to tighten the actual pulley back up so it doesn't wobble either, so it's stable as well. After everything's tightened up and everything's back in its place, you'll go ahead and put your battery back in and tighten that down as well. This is what your new alternator will look like underneath once it's installed. So that wraps it up. That's how you change your alternator. And we did this in the first place because after watching our previous video, which I'm sure you did, that was stupid. We did this because on our last off-roading trip, we barely made it home in the driveway. Our Jeep just kind of shut down and everything shut off and we couldn't turn it on at all. So, had to replace the alternator. Now your battery should be charging and you won't have to worry about getting stuck in parking lots and having your girlfriends come get you.